Welcome back to Capitol Review. On Capitol Hill, Congress's deadline is quickly approaching ahead of a potential government shutdown. Joining me now is Regina Zilbermints, and she's the congressional editor with our media partners at the Hill. Regina, welcome to Capitol Review.
Thanks for having me.
Well, you know, Regina, the federal government is already preparing for a potential shutdown. What is that process, the preparation process?
Yeah, well, essentially what needs to happen is the federal government needs to give guidance to all of the agencies, like it's doing now, on what would need to happen next weekend if the government shuts down. You know, who needs to show up to work, who needs to stay home, how people will get paid, what services can continue to be offered, and what services need to be put on pause. Now, it is important to remember that even though the shutdown deadline is on Friday, the government has bought itself a little bit of a grace period in that the deadline is Friday night, but it could also work through Saturday and Sunday before effects really start to be felt on Monday.
You know, this is the fourth time since September that lawmakers have run against the deadline that you're talking about. What could we see happen next week? I'm assuming there's a lot of scenarios, or no?
Yeah, I mean, we really don't know what's going to happen. And as you said, this is the fourth time this has happened. So the idea that it could just run smoothly, you know, get passed through both chambers and onto President Biden's desk, it's pretty iffy. We've had one Senate aide say to us that he's most worried now out of any of the past three. We've had someone else tell us that the chances of them passing something are 50-50. So what we're going to see is lawmakers really racing to try to get a deal, try to get an agreement on spending levels, on policy riders, on a number of things they have to work out before they even bring these bills to the floor and pass them. We also still don't know if they'll try to pass these four bills individually as one large package, or if they'll just try to pass another stopgap for the fourth time this fiscal year.
Well, Regina, I don't need to tell you that November may not necessarily be right around the corner, but it's coming. Do you think the fact that it's an election year could have an impact on maybe Congress coming up with a bipartisan agreement?
You know, no one ever wants to see a shutdown, Congress people included, and that goes double in an election year. No one wants to run on the record of having caused a government shutdown. That said, we do have a number of people in government who have really made cutting government spending and putting forward these very conservative priorities part of their brand. So this is just such an unusual year and such an unusual Congress. It's really hard to say what effect the election year will have.
Yeah, we've seen that members of the Republican Party have put a lot of Congress on you know, Speaker Johnson to not cave in on certain issues. But it just seems like that the majority of members of Congress on both sides of the aisle want to get something done. Would you agree with that assessment or no?
I think that's absolutely true. You know, I think if Speaker Johnson puts a bill on the floor, it could get a majority of the vote. The question is, you know, what process he goes through to put that on the floor, and how much the hardline conservatives in his own party want to flex their muscles to prevent that from happening.
Do you think that we can get something done this time around, or are you expecting maybe more stopgaps?
You know, it's really hard to say right now. A stopgap wouldn't surprise me at all, but you know, it also wouldn't surprise me if they said, hey, this is an election year. We've already gone through this 3 times. We have to get something done. There's an added wrinkle in that they can't push a stopgap too much further because there's this series of automatic cuts that would kick in on April 1st. Now, some people in Congress want that to happen. They're all for the cuts. Others really, really do not want to take that chance.
Regina Zilbermints, thank you very much for joining us on Capitol Review.